gentlemen to move over to the chairs and get birth.
Hello, this is Ralph Medici on JTV. We are here at the town of North Providence, and what you're going to see tonight is a very historical and exciting show for all you people who follow politics out there and residents of North Providence. What we're doing is we're showing you the transition of the outgoing mayor, Mollis, to become Secretary of State, and the appointment of the new mayor, John Sisto. We really hope you enjoy the show. We have some great interviews coming up, and enjoy it JTV style. Back to you guys.
We're going to keep it good. Sure. Going to give us a couple of minutes afterwards. We'll have a nice interview. Don't call no Providence, and it'll be fine. You let us know. We're too much of a pain in the ass. Give me one.
Hello, this is Ralph Medici on JTV. This is our first show of 2007. It's January 2nd, and we are here at the town of North Providence Town Hall. What we're going to show you tonight is an historical show of the outgoing mayor, Ralph Mollis, becoming Secretary of State, and the appointment of the new mayor, John Sisto. So stay tuned for some great interviews, and back to you guys on JTV.
To have a special election. As everyone knows, the mayor is now his Secretary of State as of 12 o'clock today. I want to congratulate him. Pursuant to Article 3 of the Town Charter, a date for the special election of the office of mayor of the town of North Providence should be set. Gentlemen?
Mr. President,
Councilman Juicy.
based upon the fact that our former mayor, ARalphMollis2of3, was sworn in as Secretary of State for the state of Rhode Island this afternoon pursuant to Section 3-1-7 of our town charter, a vacancy has occurred in the office of mayor. As a result of said vacancy, we as a town council are required to arrange for election to take place to fill the vacancy. I will make a motion to set a date for a primary election, if necessary, and a general election. I also would like to set the primary election on February 27th, 2007, if necessary, and the election at April 3rd, 2007.
I'll second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion made by Councilman Juicy, second by Councilman Birchfield, to set a date for the special election for April 3rd, and if a primary is to be held, it will be held on February 27th. We'll have a roll call vote. Councilman Currency.
Aye.
Councilman Birchfield.
Aye.
Councilman Douglas.
Aye.
Councilman Ritchie.
Aye.
Councilman Juicy.
Aye.
Councilman Zambrano.
Aye.
Let the chair know that I abstain, only because I will be a candidate for the election. Next item, appointment of acting mayor. Pursuant to Article 3 of the Town Charter, an acting interim mayor shall be appointed to carry out the duties of the mayor until a special election can take place. Gentlemen?
Mr. President,
Councilman Juicy.
at such time as the election takes place and the successor to former Mayor Mollis can be sworn in and qualified, this council is required to appoint an individual who meets the requirements of our town charter to act as mayor. I'd like to make a motion that the council at this time appoint John Sisto, acting mayor, appoint John Sisto interim mayor for the next 90 days until the election.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Juicy, second by Councilman Zambrano, to appoint John Sisto as the acting mayor for the next 90 days. We'll have a roll call vote. Councilman Caranci. Councilman Caranci. I didn't hear you. Councilman Birchfield. Aye. Councilman Douglas. Aye. Councilman Ritchie. Aye. Councilman Juicy.
Aye.
Councilman Zambrano. Aye. And the chair again will abstain. Thank you very much.
I state your name.
I, John Sisto Jr.,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Rhode Island
and the Constitution of the State of Rhode Island
and the Charter of the Town of North Providence,
and the Charter of the Town of North Providence.
and that I will endeavor
And I will endeavor
to secure and maintain
to secure and maintain
an honest
an honest
and efficient
administration
of the affairs
of the affairs
of the Town of North
of the
Providence,
Town of North Providence,
free from partisan distinction
free from partisan distinction
or control,
or control,
and that I will
and that I will
perform the duties
perform the duties
as mayor
as mayor
of the Town of North
of
Providence
the Town of North Providence
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me
So
God.
help me God.
Congratulations.
First and foremost, I would like to thank my council colleagues once again for their vote of confidence in appointing me mayor for the next 90 days. It's nice to know that 18 years of service to the town of North Providence hasn't gone unnoticed and unappreciated, and I thank you councilmen. My commitment tonight is to continue the progress that has been made over the last 10 years under the leadership of Mayor ARalphMollis, who is now Secretary of State-elect. I congratulate you, Ralph, on behalf of all the residents of North Providence, and wish you the best of luck as a Secretary. Thank you. It is indeed an honor and also a challenge to be mayor of the town of North Providence. But let it be known right now, I am ready for that challenge. With the support of my council colleagues and every member of the school committee, our local, state, senators, and local representatives, we will continue the unity for all the residents of North Providence and keep the progress going. And in closing, I want to just thank everyone for your support over the last 18 years, and I hope you continue to support me for the next 4 years. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I want to thank my family for your support. Listen, your family, God bless you. Have a healthy and happy new year. And we'll be talking, and let's not move forward as of tonight. Take this seat over. Thank you. God bless you. And have a healthy and happy new year.
This is Ralph Medici on JTV at the town of North Providence with Councilman from District 1, Paul Caranci. Paul, how are you making out tonight?
Oh, just great. It's been a very historic day in the town of North Providence and in the state.
Okay, tell us what went on here tonight, and then we're going to get into what happened today after that. What about tonight?
Okay, well, tonight we had to the town council had to appoint a new mayor to replace Mayor Mollis, who was elected Secretary of State and took office today, for an interim period of up to 90 days until we can hold a special election. And we appointed John Sisto, the council president, to do that.
Okay, now how about today? It was quite a long day for yourself and for Secretary of State Mollis. Can you just touch on that a little bit?
I can. It was actually a very exciting day. We started this morning at about 8 o'clock, met at Ralph's house, and then headed down to the St. Peter and Paul Cathedral in Providence for the inaugural Mass. And about 10:15 or so, went over to the State House for a reception in the Secretary of State's office. And then we had the procession down to the portico of the State House for the inaugural events and the actual swearing-in ceremonies. Then back to the Secretary's office for another reception. And then there was a receiving line in the Governor's stateroom at about 1. At 3 o'clock, the Secretary had to swear in the members of the Senate. At 4 o'clock, he had to swear in the members of the House. And then his day didn't end. He had to come here at 6 o'clock to swear in the new mayor.
Right, and I know that you've been a close friend of Ralph for many years and you helped him out along the way. Can you just tell us what your role is going to be in his new administration?
Sure, and first I'd like to say I have been a friend of Ralph's for a good 20 years. And in this election, I probably got to know him better than I have in the last 19 of those 20 years. And I found him to be just an incredible elected official, a remarkable public servant who just gives tirelessly throughout the campaign, coming to his office at 5 in the morning so he could get work done before he had to go out and campaign at 10 o'clock, and then campaigned until 8 or 9, 10 o'clock at night, and back to his office to finish up work until midnight or beyond every day. And he kept up that pace for probably 4, almost 5 months. Just a remarkable worker and a tireless campaigner, and someone who has, I think, as much if not more integrity than any elected official I've ever worked with in the state. An incredible person with all of the things that were thrown at him during the course of the election, and he just handled it with his head held high and stood by his friends. He proved to be a loyal person and a very hard-working and dedicated public servant. And what I have been offered is the position of Deputy Secretary of State for Programs and Policies.
Okay, now what would that entail? What would some of your functions be?
Well, the first thing I intend to do is to meet with all the directors of the various divisions, determine what programs and what policies are already in place, find out what programs and policies may have been considered and then discounted by the prior administration, and then also find out what ideas the directors might have for future programs and policies for their division. And then my role would be to expand on those and implement them.
Okay, now you're not a rookie to the political life and political office yourself. Can you just touch on what experience you have?
Sure, I've been on the town council since 1994, was elected in a special election, and prior to that I served on the zoning board in North Providence for 8 years. I currently serve as second vice chairman of the Democratic Town Committee. I served in the past as a member of the Democratic Representative Committee and Democratic State Committee, and currently I am on the board of directors of the Democratic State Committee.
Great. Now what about the new current acting mayor, John Sisto? Can you just touch base about him a little bit and some of the tasks that he needs to accomplish?
John Sisto is just an incredible guy, very affable and well-liked throughout the town. He has about 16 or 18 years experience on the town council. Has worked very closely with Mayor Mollis in the past, from inception really, since Ralph got elected mayor. So he's certainly familiar with the role of a mayor and what it entails. He's worked for the last several weeks in a transition with Mayor Mollis. I believe he has appointed Leo Parada to be his chief of staff, who is no stranger to politics either. He served as chief of staff to Mayor Mancini and served in other capacities to Mayor Mollis and Mayor Forza. And I think they're going to be an incredible team that will continue the progress that Ralph started in the town. We have so many exciting things going on right now with the, with the senior center and the middle schools having just been completed, the renovations to the parks and the villages, and now we have a new public works building that needs to be built. We sold the land of the old site, and we're going to build a new one over near the landfill, the closed landfill in North Providence. So there's a lot of exciting projects that are on the plate, and I think Mayor Sisto will be the perfect person to take those over and run with them.
Great. And Paul, we really appreciate you being on our show and giving us some insight on what happened here today and a peek into the future of what's going to happen too. And you're doing a great job, and we really appreciate your time and being here with us today.
Well, thank you so much, Ralph. I appreciate that.
Thank you, and back to you guys. All right. Hey, this is Ralph Medici on JTV. We are back at the North Providence Town Hall with lifelong resident of North Providence, Joe Marciano. Joe, how are you making out here tonight?
Very good, Ralph. How are you?
All right, I'm doing fine. Can you tell us what you experienced here tonight and what went on?
Actually, it was a very happy occasion. I'm here for three reasons. As a town resident, as a citizen, taxpayer, and actually as a friend of John Sisto's, the new mayor, interim mayor. I've known John since I was a little boy. So our friendship absolutely transcends politics, and I was here to support him on all those levels.
Great. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself and some of the background that you have in North Providence politics also, Joe.
I've been involved in several campaigns. Mayor Mollis's, my uncle Anthony was a senator, now a school committee at large for the last 8 years. I've worked on the zoning board. I've done some work with the North Providence Food Pantry. So I've been involved governmentally for quite a few years in the town.
Great. Now, how about Mayor Sisto, some of the issues that he has ahead of him for 2007 and beyond?
I believe Mayor Sisto's issues are the same as Mayor Mollis's were, keeping the taxes in line, providing great services to the town, and trying to keep consensus among both the council members and the school committee members to do the right thing for the town.
Okay.
And for the people.
Okay. Now let's wrap it up by asking you, what do you like about living in North Providence?
Well, I have a lot of friends, obviously, in the town. It's a small town, just like Rhode Island. You know everybody, you know somebody on every street. It's a beautiful town to live in. Middle Spring Avenue could be a little bit better. But other than that, taxes are affordable, the services are great, and just a pleasure to be here among the community and people.
Great, and it's a pleasure seeing you again tonight. I really appreciate it, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and back
Bye
to
now.
you guys.